Cardano 5%.
What's up, disciplined investor?
We got Benzinga CEO Jason Raznick here with us.
The man, the myth, the legend, Tom Nash.
Peter Schiff on the Power Hour with us live today. Interesting, different, unique, innovative companies. Mia, you are live with us on the Power Hour. What's up?
Thank you so much for inviting me on.
Jessica Billingsley, that is the CEO of Akerna, the best trade idea resource out there. Yo, what is up, everybody? Happy Monday. We are back at it, ready to rock and roll. We're having a high-energy Monday. Normally, I'm a little slower on Mondays, but today I am kicking. I'm alive and well. I hope you are too. Give you a little preview as to what is to come today. So this is the Power Hour, which means that this is the trade idea resource, guys. What we're going for is we want there to be no better place to find trade ideas than on this show. That's why we spend these 60 minutes together and put the stocks you're trading in the chat, like the stream, share the stream, whatever it is. We're trying to get the ideas going. We're trying to get the brainwaves going. I'm going to be buying 2 stocks today live on the show, right? 2 stock purchases making on the show. And then I've got 2 others that we're going to talk about. We're going to do a little bit of a deep dive on some of the crypto stocks, not the cryptocurrencies, the crypto stocks. They're getting hammered today. Let's see if there's any buying opportunities or not. We're going to do a chat challenge where Zinger Nation is going head to head, competing for some prizes, maybe even a Benzinga Pro. We'll see. But the way that I want to start it off today is with some user calls. Okay, can we get that phone number up there, producer Rohan? He's giving me the nod. All right. If you're new to the show and you don't know what this is, we're going to take 2 calls today. All right. We're doing 2 calls. Somebody's asked about Ford. I'll add Ford to the list of tickers to talk about today. But we're going to take 2 calls from the community today. And basically what we're going to be doing is you get a floor for 5 minutes to just pitch whatever stock you want. All right. I don't see the phone number up on the screen yet, producer Rohan. So work on bringing that one up, but there's going to be a phone number that appears on your screen. You have 2 minutes. The floor is yours. I'm not going to bother you. I might bother you. I typically ask questions and bother people. But the floor is yours to go ahead, pitch a stock, whatever stock it is. Ideally, it's a new thing, right? Something that we haven't heard about or a pitch we haven't gotten before. But there it is, guys. And then the chat, the community is going to rate your pitch after you do it. It's like a friendly rating, like, hey, I would buy this stock. I wouldn't. It's not like this guy's an idiot. So don't worry if you're nervous. All right. So phone number is up on the screen. We're hitting 2 of these calls. I'm going to hit the stocks that I'm buying, then we're going to do the crypto stocks.
Hey, you're on the show.
Hello? Hey, it's me calling back. Investor Stallone.
What's up, Investor Stallone?
Well, you know, Mr. Hot Stocks, Mr. Hot Stock Luke, as you know, me from the great nation of Italia, we like to take care of ourselves, right?
Okay.
And, you know, guys like you and I, you know, we like to get into the gym, get a nice little pump on. I do a little boxing, coach a little boxing. And everyone in the gym been drinking this new Celsius energy drink. Okay. So the stock is Celsius. It's the ticker is CELH, I believe.
All right, that's Charlie Echo Lima Hotel, CELH. And this is a Jonah Lupton favorite. He's come on the show and talked about this one a couple times. But all right, keep going, Investor Stallone.
Yeah. Mr. Lupton, we see him in the gym sometimes, and man, he can really move the weight around. He throws it around, and we like to take care of ourselves, right? So we're not in there drinking the Red Bulls, the Monsters. We like things that we know what's in it to put into our body, right? So I drink a Celsius every morning before I go to the gym. I mix in a scoop of pre-workout in there. I put some protein powder in there, and I just shake it all up, and it gets me going.
Okay. All right. So that's the move. That's the pitch. Do you know anything about the numbers? I've got the company website up here on the screen. So if anybody isn't familiar with the product this company makes, it is like a healthy or like an alternative energy drink. But do you know the numbers behind it at all?
Well, they're about a 4 billion market cap company, Mr. Hot Stocks. One number that I really like is that they've been increasing their e-commerce sales. So that's sales online, and you can buy it. They'll ship it anywhere. We get it shipped out here to Italy. Doesn't matter where you are. You can get it online, and that's something I like to see right now. That their e-commerce numbers are going up.
Yeah, and here, guys, on my screen, in my trusty Benzinga pro.benzinga.com 2-week free trial, I have the revenue numbers from Celsius up here on the screen. You can see, I mean, they've got a lot of quarter-over-quarter revenue growth here. So sequential quarter growth. I mean, let's see. So 1, 2. It looks like they had one quarter where they slipped, but if you take that one out, I mean, this is a lot of quarters in a row with revenue growth.
Yep, and that's something that I like to see, Mr. Hot Stocks, is seeing a company that looks like they're growing consistently. It's not all the growth happening in one quarter; it's quarter over quarter. As you said. Okay.
All right. I think it's interesting. Let me do my quick math. Right, I'm a big ratio guy. I always like to at least get an idea as to how the stock is priced. So if we take this last quarter, right. We can't use PE here. Somebody in the chat's thrown out mentioning that the stock is at a 473 PE. That's because they basically don't have earnings. So we're gonna use price to sales. So they do 50 million last quarter. That's a $200 million run rate on sales. Where's the market cap of this one? 4.3 billion. That's high. So if we do 4.3 billion, 200 million of sales. So that's 22 times sales. Let's see the SP 500 average. Price sales ratio. I'm just doing a quick Google search for this one. All right. Average on the S&P 500 is 3 times price to sales. So this stock's at 22. So if we wanted it to be expensive but not crazy, then we would want to get that to 10, right? We'd want a 10 price to sales, which means that quarterly number of 50, they're taking to 100. If we want it to be expensive, but like okay for a growth stock, let's say we want it to be to 6. So that means that they've got to get that 50 million of quarterly revenue up to 150 million. I mean, I see the growth for sure. It's definitely an expensive stock though.
Yeah, Mr. Hot Stocks, with some of these growth companies, you just got to throw PE out the window. But it's good to keep in mind sometimes. So it is trading a little expensive right now, but we'll pay a premium for good stocks like this, I think.
All right. So there you have it, guys. First user call again. First air horns. Let's go. This is the Power Hour, the Trade Idea Show. That's what we're doing here. We're taking 2 user calls today. Can we get the phone number back up on the screen, Producer Rohan? We have time for one more user call. But before I get into the stocks that I want to talk about, while he's putting that phone number up there, I'm going to throw this question out to the chat, guys. If you like Celsius, the first member of Zinger Nation to pitch a stock today, throw the 1 in the chat. If not, throw the 2. Somebody's even front running me and putting the 2 in before I ask the question. Again, 1 if you like the stock, 2 if you don't. Again, this is all about the community. It's about the group. We want to get the ideas flowing. Ask the question again. 1 if you like the stock, 2 if you don't.
You're on the Power Hour. If you can mute your YouTube, that'd be great.
You got to turn your radio down when you're in the car. What's up, man?
Hi, sir. This is my first time calling, and I would like to know more about CCIV, the Lucid.
All right, CCIV. We haven't talked about this one in a while, guys. This is the SPAC that's acquiring Lucid Motors. Let's pull up the Lucid Motors website real quick. It's basically the luxury electric vehicle company. They're very sexy cars. They bought the first commercial slot when Elon Musk was on SNL. Classic. But all right, give me your take on Lucid Motors. You like it or you don't?
I like it. I like it. The CEO. I like it. The car. I went to showroom. They already have like 9,000 plus, cars, and feature looks great for me.
How was the showroom? And what city was the showroom in?
I went over there in San Francisco.
And was it amazing? I would imagine
They
it's
already
amazing.
have 6. Yeah, it was amazing. They have a car over there. A lot of people over there. They're a big line. Like there are 50 people in the line to see the showroom and the car.
Okay. All right. So that's
I went.
interesting. So that's
I
some
went
new
ago
information
like a month ago.
And, okay. So you like the company? Do you like the stock as well?
Yeah, I already made some profit. When it was $10, I bought like 1,000 stocks. I sold like on 50, but I re-entered again, and 30 to 25 now 20s. So just want to know, what do you think about this company and stock?
So do you know when they're supposed to start making revenue? Is it 21 or 22?
21 third quarter, I guess.
So that's pretty quick. For me personally, these pre-revenue ones, I don't know. Maybe on the sidelines. I would imagine that whenever they start moving their first vehicles, right, they start getting those first initial sales, and there's going to be a ton of pent-up demand. You're going to get a pop in the stock price, right? Because they're going to be able to say everything that we have is just being taken. There's a 6-month wait list, yada, yada. I think the question is, are they going to be able to maintain that 3 years down the road? Nobody has really any idea right now. And David in the chat saying 500 cars in 2021. So I actually do sort of like it into that, them first being able to make sales, get cars on the road, etc. I think it'll drive some energy back into the name. I'm hanging out on the sidelines. I typically don't get into these pre-revenue stocks, but I like that it's coming up pretty darn quick. So, all right, I'm going to throw this one out.
Right.
Just say that again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. They are coming very quick.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in. I appreciate it. Another idea from the community.
Thank you so much for taking my call.
Absolutely. I'm going to ask you guys this one. Everybody out there watching, CCIV, second stock pitched by a member of Zinger Nation. 1, if you like the stock right now, $18.45. 2, if you don't. You have to pick. There's no sitting out on the sidelines, right? We're all playing the game. Nobody's a bench warmer. You don't have to actually buy the stock or sell the stock. You just have to vote. Again, guys, 1, if you like CCIV right here. 2, if you don't. If I had to pick between the 2, I'd probably go for a 2, since they're going to be able to start generating revenue and getting cars on the road. They're going to get reporting. They're going to get media, etc. In Q3, it's not far. That said, I'm not in it. I'm hanging out on the sidelines. And we have a mixed bag. Celsius, nobody liked. The first pitch from the community, ticker CELH, Charlie Echo Lima Hotel. That's like the quickly growing energy drink company, but very expensive stock. That one was less popular. This one we've got some more people in there. All right, it's interesting. And I see somebody in the chat earlier. They asked what stocks are ripping today. Let me go ahead and show you guys something neat that we have in Benzinga Pro. Boom, check this out. This is our scanner, our stock scanner. Right now I have it set to show me all the stocks that are the biggest gainers, right? The biggest breakouts to the upside over the past 5 minutes. You can see the stock NEEV up 5% over the past minutes. You want to make it from Friday, right? You can see this stock is ripping higher, up 80%, 50%. You want to see which stocks have had the biggest gain over the past hour. They're ripping up over the hour. Boom. Here's all the list of stocks that are the biggest movers over the past hour. In this column over here. You like that? Boom. Pro.benzinga.com. pro.benzinga.com. Producer AB, can you drop that in the chat for us? It is the free 2-week trial. This is a brand new feature. It's not going to be available for everybody for long. I think there are plans to move it into a higher price package, but as of right now, you can go check it out, see the stocks that are breaking out, making moves, etc. So, all right, that's the move there, guys. If you are just joining us, preview of what is to come. I have two stocks that I like today. I'm going to get into. I've got two others that I'm going to talk about. We are going to do our chat challenge. That's where the community Zinger Nation is going head to head, competing against each other to figure out who is the best stock picker, competing for some prizes, for some bragging rights, etc. Competing for Spencer Israel's cell phone number. That's a prize too this week. So we'll be doing that. And then at 12:30, we're bringing on our Doge expert. We're going to be talking Doge and altcoins as well. So, all right, jam-packed show today. Let's see if we have air horns. Boom, we do. First one of the day. And all right, I am going to unveil my first stock. First one of the day, one of two, carparts.com, ticker PRTS. This is a company we've talked to their COO/CFO David on the show a couple times. Most recently after the company reported earnings last week. It got me digging into the stock deeper, and I actually think that this is quite an interesting one. And so you guys know, or anybody who's watched the show knows that whenever I'm pitching a stock and I'm going to be buying it, I always need to look for two things. One, I want to look for the story side of things. Two, I need to have some sort of numbers that defend that thesis. On the story side of things, I love the used car market right now. I love everything that has to do with the used car market. Right. If we're sort of hearing these thoughts of inflation, of people spending a ton of money, cars, used cars, that they're going to get bought up, prices are going to get driven up, thus car parts, the cars are going to be on the road longer, etc. So I love this market in general. I mean, we talked about this market probably 3 or 4 times last week. It's a red hot market that's not showing any signs of slowing down. Are we a little bit late to getting to the market? Yes. Are we crazily late? No, we're maybe a month or two late in a market that I think is going to be red hot for 6, 10, 12 months. So that's why I like it on the story side of things. On the number side of things, the stock is so cheap, especially for a quickly growing company. Let me show you what the revenue numbers look like in my trusty Benzinga Pro here. So here what I have highlighted on the right-hand side of the screen, quarterly revenue. Yeah, I mean, that's some serious revenue growth on a year-over-year basis. This most recent quarter revenue is up 90%. The company has $35 million of cash. No, they are not profitable yet. That has something to do with valuation for sure. But they do have $35 million of cash, and they're only burning $20 million a year. So I don't think that we have a ton of risk for any sort of secondary offering or dilution in the imminent future. And then here's the big number. Let me get an air horn before I drop the big number. Price to sales on this stock. This is an online retailer. It's an online retailer in a marketplace where only 3% of all goods sold are sold online, right? That's right. 3% sold online, trading at 1.6 times price to sales. Okay, pretty darn cheap. 1.6 times price to sales. For that reason, I like carparts.com. Again, just to recap, I like the sector as a whole, the car part used car sector. I think it is red hot. That's a truth. We have data that shows that. I think it will continue to be hot. And then on a valuation perspective, I think it's so dang cheap. Again, 90% year-over-year revenue growth. Stock's only trading at 1.6 times earnings. It's not respected as an online retailer. The company is doing work to change how the market thinks of its stock. So that's my answer there. The risk, I always wanted to talk about the risk too, right? This is a smaller company, $870 million market cap. A lot of these small cap stocks have fallen out of favor recently. And we've seen them getting hammered. We've seen the rotation. So I think that's one of the biggest risks to owning the stock, but that is fine with me. This is a long-term hold if it needs to be. For those reasons, carparts.com, I'm getting into it. I'm buying it today and going to let it rip. Starter position. And so with that, just like we voted on the members of communities, tell me what you think of the stock. In the chat, type the 1 if you like the stock. Type a 2 if you don't. First pitch of the day, first of 2. And then I'm also going to make the ask, hit that like button, hit that share button. I'll show you something. This is youtube.com. Right here, there's a little thumbs up. You can hit like on YouTube. Press that button. I mean, only 55 likes. We're definitely not doing a second stock pitch if we don't get to at least 100. We'll have to save it for tomorrow. But all right, let's see these ones and these twos flow in here now. All right, we've got a lot of ones. Let's see. Somebody's saying Warren Buffett wants to buy Doge. I don't think that's true. When is Jason coming on? I think it depends on how many likes we get. To be determined. It could be today. But I know Jason's not coming on with 60 likes. All right. So there's my pick. A lot of ones, a lot of buyers in the chat. I like that one. I will take it. Let's see if I've got a good sound for this. I don't know. Let's see what this LeBron James sound is. We haven't tried this one before.
LeBron James.
Okay. All right. I like it. A nice little meme sound. All ones, no twos. I'm taking it. Somebody's throwing out ARPO as a stock in the chat to check out, saying it's breaking out. Again, this is the Trade Idea Show, guys. I'm not sweating yet. I will be in maybe 15 minutes or so, trying to bring the ideas. APRO, yeah, that's definitely breaking out. So here's a 1-year chart, daily candles. Let's zoom it in here. There we go. That's a lot better. Here are the 1-minute candles. High of the day on this one, $1.90. If you're looking to get long, that's the price that you want. You want to look for a break above that 190 level. If anybody else has stocks that they're trading, tickers to look at today, drop them in the chat. We want to see them. Again, this is all about the community. It's about getting the ideas flowing. It's about being out there for Zinger Nation. That's why we do the user calls. Nobody else is doing those. And so there's the deal there. I've seen a couple people as well talk about Ford. Let's pull up the chart of Ford. I'm going to zoom it out. Here's the 1-year chart of Ford daily candles, some uptrend in the past week. If we zoom in on this chart here, you see there's a little bit of a gap to fill. So we might get that filled. The other item on Ford on Wednesday of this week, 2 days from now, Ford is going to be announcing they're going to be showcasing their electric F-150. So that's a catalyst. I think that's a reason for some of the buying in the stock, especially on a day like today, right? We've got a day where SPY is down, the market in general is down, and then Ford's up. There's probably something going on. Whenever that happens, there's probably something going on. That's what I think it is people buying the stock into anticipation of that electric F-150. I've seen some questions in the chat if I've sold my Ford. I haven't. But you know what I have been doing is every 2 weeks I've been selling covered calls against the stock. So if you sell covered calls at 50 cents, right, the stock is at my price target. My price target for the year was $12. We bought the $12 leaps on January 4th, right? We bought the $12 2022 options on February 4th for a little bit of nothing, and now they're worth a couple bucks. So $12 was the price target. So I've just been selling covered calls against the position over and over and over and over at $12.50, $13, $13.50, etc. Because if I have to sell my shares above my target price, great, I'm happy. If I hold on to the shares, which I have been, and I'm knocking, 25, 50 cents off of my purchase price every couple of weeks, I will take that all day as well. So that's how I've been managing the Ford trade. Anybody else in Ford? If anybody else has an alternate way that they've been trading Ford or been looking at the stock, drop it in there. Drop it in the chat. Yeah, Andre's saying he's looking out for that Ford Wednesday F-150 as well. So this is interesting too. Biden is going to be touring Ford on Tuesday. Does that do a ton for the stock? Fundamentally, it does nothing. Does it do something for the stock in terms of driving some more media coverage on it? Maybe it's a little bit of a short-term catalyst. I don't think it does a ton. But what's going to do more is a lot of chatter or excitement that could happen around the electric F-150. That said, I am not in the stock for that. I want to make that clear. I'm not in the stock because I'm waiting on that. But that's the deal. All right. So there are some stocks, guys. Again, I'm going to recap you list of tickers that we've talked about so far today. We start off with user calls, members of the community coming out there, dialing in, pitching their stocks. We had CELH as the first one. We had CCIV as the second. I just pitched carparts.com coming up ahead of us. Matt Wallace is going to be joining us in just a second here. He is our altcoin, our alt cryptocurrency expert. We're going to be talking about some of the crypto stocks. And then we are also going to be doing a chat challenge where Zinger Nation is going head to head. All right. That's the deal. And as always, like the stream, share the stream, and we'll keep it rocking and rolling. All right, guys. I think let's do crypto stocks. All right, let's no. Actually, I'm going to save these for after our guest. We're going to do chat challenge. All right, we've chat challenge, crypto guest, altcoin specifically, and we have a crypto stock deep dive. I think let's open it up with the chat challenge since our guest is going to be joining us in just a second here. If you guys don't know what the chat challenge is, producer Rohan has a special video for us that will explain it for you guys. Zinger Nation is going head to head to head to head to head every single week. What is the best performing stock of the week going to be? All right, guys, you know that this is the trade idea show, right? We are only here if we're generating trade ideas. If trade ideas are not getting going, whether it's by myself, the community, our guests, Jason, etc., we are all wasting our times. One of the things that we do every single week to get these ideas flowing is we do what we call our chat challenge. It's a weekly contest where members of Zinger Nation, of the community, are typing in a stock that meets a theme. I just put the link in the chat. We're going to go name. We're going to go stock. All right. This week, we're keeping it basic. We didn't do the chat challenge last week, so we got to go back to our roots. The question of the week is best performing stock of the week. All right. The only rule is the stock has to be 50 cents or above. That'll be our cutoff. 50 cents or above. We're going for best stock of the week.
No problemo.
All right. No problemo. There's Arnold coming in for us. We're going to be checking this every single day, guys. You click into the Google Sheet. It's in the YouTube chat. You've got one column A for your name, column B for the stock. I see the first person's already getting it wrong. Again, column A is the name, B is the stock. Scroll down. Don't write over each other, okay? Let's get these guesses in here. Let's go. We've got 30 seconds on the clock. Again, guys, I'm going to keep dropping the link in there. Even if you don't have a stock that you're highly convicted in, just put it in, okay? It makes it more fun. Young investor, shout out young investor. Hanging out. Internet enforcers hanging out. All right. We've got some people putting their tickers in the chat. Don't do that. Put it on the spreadsheet. Because again, every single day this week, we have 5 days this week that we're going to be running the show. Every single day, we're going to be checking in, figuring out who's ahead, who's behind, who in the community can we trust, who in the community can we not trust. We'll say,
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, there's some of you that drop stocks, and that's what I'm saying, okay? Like that CELH a little bit. Just saying. I would also love for CELH Celsius to sponsor the show. It would help me cut down on my energy drink costs. Somebody's throwing Ford in there. Tattooed Chef, GameStop, Roblox. Let's look at GameStop really quick while the guesses are still flowing. We haven't looked at GameStop in a minute. 170, it's holding out. All right, let me ask you guys this. Are you guys surprised that GameStop has just been holding out here? I have been. I would have expected this thing to either be ripping or plummeting. Pretty much at any given time. I mean, we're into several weeks where this stock has just been going sideways. I mean, since, let's see, the end of February. So what is that, 6-7 weeks that this thing has just been hanging out, going sideways? If that surprises you guys, drop the 1 in the chat. If not, drop the 2. I'm curious. That surprises the hell out of me. I actually sort of want GameStop to pull back because I want to sell puts against the thing. I think that there's upside in the stock. I think hopping in at 170 is a little bit risky. I'm on the sidelines right now. But I think the thing is definitely interesting. All right. And everybody's saying that they're surprised that GameStop has just been going sideways, except for Young Investor. He's saying he's not surprised. Yeah, Young Investor, if you want to come on the stream and make your case as to why you're not surprised that GameStop has just been hanging out in the middle and going sideways, the link is open. You're welcome to come on. You don't have to. No pressure. But I am sort of curious about that. Let's go check in on our chat challenge. Let's see here. How are we looking? All right, we're getting some guesses in there. There's a lot of interesting stocks that I don't know. Okay. All right, guys, you have 20 seconds. If you have not put your guess in yet, I'm going to drop the link in the YouTube chat one last time. Again, this is the chat challenge. This is Zinger Nation going head to head to head. You want to participate because we're going to check in every day. You want to subscribe, right? If you're just watching the show, you got to subscribe so that way you know how you're faring. Starting price. We're locking in the starting prices now. Quick little Google Sheets trick, right? Watch this. Google Finance. We're going to type that in. We're going to select the stock. Then we're going to type price. Boom. Check this out. We have our stock prices. All right. Stock prices are loading in. I'm locking them in, guys. There you go. Is that the last one? All right. There we have it. Stock prices. Google Finance API trick. I mean, we really deliver a lot on this show. Boom. Price is locked in. That's the chat challenge. I'm switching the link from edit to view. Ready? Anybody can edit. Anybody can view. Your answers are locked in. You cannot go delete other people's guesses. Again, every day we are going into this thing. We're going to be checking it. We're going to be figuring out who's ahead, who's behind, what the hottest stocks are out there. And maybe we'll have a winner. All right. I see producer AB's hanging out backstage. What's up, sir? Did you make a guess for the chat challenge?
I don't know where Matt Wallace is. I'm just pinging him right now because he was supposed to come on 6 minutes ago. Maybe he's too busy. Right. Maybe he's too busy scalping some Doge, but we have another special guest here.
We got another special guest. All right, guys, if you're just joining us, you're watching the Power Hour, the Trade Idea Show, like the stream, share the stream. We've already had 4 stock pitches today. We talked about how we're playing Ford, carparts.com, CCIV, CELH, and we've done a chat challenge all in the past half an hour. Coming up next, we're about to have Young Investor on the stream, a favorite of the community of the chat, to talk about GameStop for a second. We might get into it a little bit on GameStop. And then I want to do a little bit of a deep dive into some of these crypto stocks. All right. That's the move. That's what we're doing, guys. Hit the like, share the stream, but let's bring Young Investor on here. This is an impromptu visit, but we're still going to play the nice little special guest video for him. Hello, Mr. Zach. What is up in your world?
Hello. Can you hear me all right?
Loud and clear.
Brilliant. So I'll tell you what, seeing as I'm here, I'll tell you a quick thing about GameStop.
All right, wait. But before we get into it, can you just give your background a little bit for anybody who's not familiar with who you are?
Yes, I'm a 13-year-old stock market investor based here in the rainy United Kingdom. And yeah, I've been investing stocks for almost 1 year now, I think it is. I've mainly focused on the small cap sector. Most of my companies are under that $10 billion market cap. And now, seeing as I'm here, I was thinking, why don't I talk a quick thing about GME and then tell you about a crypto stock? Seeing as you're going to talk about it next.
All right.
GameStop.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So GameStop, I'm not done a huge amount of research into the stock, but I mean, I think the thing with GameStop was you had all the hype, back in when you were fighting against the shorts. I'm surprised the stocks held up this well at 170, I think, on trading sideways. Honestly, when we saw Volkswagen back in 2008, 2009, they went to something like over $1,000 in 2000, I think maybe 2009, 2011. So it went over 1,000 and basically came right back down after it. GameStop have had really no media attraction, no huge attraction on any of the main sites right now. So I think it's pretty phenomenal that stocks held up this well. There's been so much, incense hodling. A lot of people obviously loyal towards the stock. I mean, the only thing I can think about if I was ever going to buy GameStop, the one thing which I think they've got potential to do is I think GameStop have a huge amount of potential to be able to create this VR experience. A little thought I have, they should revamp all the stores, spend all the cash and basically allow there to be some sort of VR experience so you can go into one of the GameStop stores. You're not just there to buy the game, you're there to test out all the different games in VR. Do something with VR, in my opinion. I think that's the next big thing. I think a GameStop can really incorporate that. I mean, I think I was watching something a few months back. Toys R Us, just before COVID, opened 3 stores to try and make a comeback. and they're trying to all go through the whole kind of thing where you're trying to test out the toys now. And I think you can really convert that into GameStop, testing out those games virtually, using VR. And I think that's the only thing GameStop has potential for, in my opinion. I think, as I said, that I'm really surprised the stock has held up this well.
Okay, I thought you said you weren't surprised. Are you not surprised that it's normalized?
Yeah, I think it's going to normalize anyway. I mean, the stock always has had a bit of hype. I mean, you look at back when Robinhood, I think they shut down GME trading, stock went down about 30%, immediately rebounds. I think there's a lot of loyal hodlers. I mean, you've got all your WSB folks. I think you've got a lot of people just loyal to stock who've been in it early. Some people really got, I'd say, screwed on it. They're down a ton, but they're kind of just holding it for the fun, for the attraction. They've been able to have this stock, which, in a sense, it's kind of part of internet history now. It's one of the main forces. The first stock which actually had a significant market cap in the billions, and WSB actually moved. But yeah, I think it's always obvious that it's going to kind of stabilize. But honestly, I thought it was going to stabilize around 40, but then you had the big bounce all the way back up into the hundreds. Honestly, as I said, I think it's all VR if GameStop can do anything incorporating virtual reality.
And are you in it right now or no?
No, I've never been in GameStop. I think I took a super small position back in the hype, like less than 1% just for the fun. But yeah, I think GameStop's detached from the fundamentals. I think everyone knows that. I think right now it's just attached to Wall Street bets. I mean, as long as, nothing happens to WSB, I think GameStop, should hold up. I don't think it'll hold up forever. I don't think 5 years down the road, who knows what happens with the stock. But right now it seems to have some good support lines and resistance.
So like in the spirit of trade ideas, which is what this show is about, I almost like selling puts against this thing as a way to get synthetically long it. I mean, so the stock's at 170 right now. You can go out. I mean, this is looking at weeklies in June. We should probably be looking at the monthlies, but I just pulled up the weeklies really quick. I'm not logged into my brokerage account. But you can sell the 135 June puts for basically $15, which means your break even is $120. And it's not a whole ton of time. Let's see, we're talking a month basically. So if the stock holds up for a month, you've got your profit of $1,350 or sorry. I'm looking at the strike, not the price. So your profit of $1,373 if the stock holds above 135 over the next month. Worst case scenario, you're getting into the stock at 120. Could it plummet, drop into the 40s or the 80s? It could, right? Obviously, you're in some deep trouble if that happens. But I do think that it's sort of interesting to sell the puts on this thing.
Yeah,
I might be doing that later this week. Opinions on that?
Yeah, I kind of think the stock remains flat. So as long as it does, you should be in the money. I don't know. It seems to have held up for such a long time now. I mean, we're in the midst of a growth stock correction. You'd expect GameStop to be beaten down more hard. So unless something really drastic happens, I don't see anything wrong with doing a put. I don't think the thing's going to crash anytime soon. I don't think there's any kind of signals that it would, unless something drastic happened in the market. But do you want me to provide you guys with a new trade idea to do a cryptocurrency?
All right, hit it, baby. Let's get it. This is the trade idea show. Let's hear it.
You said you were going to talk about crypto stocks. I mean, I saw in that spreadsheet you had that somebody's already put it down. CleanSpark, it's been on the show multiple times before. Ticker CLSK. So this is a company which has been beaten down recently. This company used to be all apart. They're called microgrids. So microgrids means that you start taking power from the grid, and you're able to store up the power, and then you're able to arbitrage against the grid. And let's say the main power grid goes down. Your shop, let's say you're doing Bitcoin mining, for example, like CleanSpark are doing right now, you can carry on having that, let's say, Bitcoin mined because of the microgrids. Recently, in the last few months, they expanded into Bitcoin and mining. They brought a brand new Bitcoin miner with a few Bitcoin minings. Now they're really pumping the money into it. They did I think it was around $200 million raise to the capital markets around 22. The stock's been beaten down since then. The company's got around 150 million in cash, 480 million market cap. They're profitable, and they said they expect to get to around 9 Bitcoins a day. That's from when I last calculated that, I think 46, if I can remember. That's about 140, 160 million dollars in revenue if they get to 9 Bitcoins around the end of 2021. and the company's valued less, around 488 million right now. And then the company has also got 150 million in cash on top of that.
All right, this is a favorite of the chat. How much cash? You said 120 million in cash they have?
150 last time I checked.
So they have 150 million in cash. Market cap per my trusty Benzinga Pro here is showing 130 or 730 million. I mean, that's a lot of cash to have.
Yeah.
All right, this one is sort of interesting. I was not a Clean Spark lover, I'll admit, when Clean Spark was way up there. But now that it's down to that $700 million market cap, they have 150 million in cash. I mean, if you do the quick math and back that out, then that's only 600 million in market cap. For how much revenue did you say they're going to do this year?
So I'd expect in revenue they make close to around 80 to 100 million. But once they can get the Bitcoin mining to that 9 Bitcoins a day, then at around 46,000, staying flat, then you're at around 140, 160 million dollars. I mean, there's a thing I was on a minute ago which provides live every 1 minute the market cap updates. It's thing called Asset Dash, and the company right now is worth around $488 million. Last time I checked, about an hour ago. So you have a $488 million company, 150 million in cash. And, you know, it's not this kind of thing where let's say for an example, it's a bankruptcy sale. At the end of the day, that 150 million in cash isn't going to turn into 110, 80. It's actual cash on this in the balance right now, which they can go out and spend. And they've got around $8.9 million in liabilities.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah,
all right.
Basically pay off all their liabilities today. And only make a dent in the amount of cash they have.
All right. I'm going to throw this one out to Zinger Nation, guys. Young investor coming on impromptu last minute. We were having a disagreement about GameStop, so he said I'm going to pop on and talk about it. We're actually more on the same page than I thought, so I'm glad we could clear the air, young investor, but I wouldn't want there to be animosity between us. But all right, Clean Spark, guys. 1 in the chat if you like it, 2 if you don't. Smash that like, share the stream. That's what this is about, all right? We're getting a lot of ideas flowing today. So we've now talked about, let's see, Celsius, CCIV, carparts.com, Clean Spark, Ford, GameStop, and we've got more ideas to come. Young investor, thank you for coming and hanging out with us, especially on such a last-minute basis, and the chat loves that Clean Spark pick.
And smash the like button, folks.
All right, I like it. Boom. All right, guys, if you are just joining us, you are joining the Power Hour, the show at the air horn, the show where we get the ideas going, right? That's what we're trying to do all day, every day. We are trying to bring the ideas ahead of us. I still want to do a deep dive into these crypto stocks. So we might be taking a look at a handful of those. But before we get to that, we have our altcoin expert himself, Matt Wallace, who's going to be joining us in just a second here. It's been a hot market, so let's bring him on. All right, Matt, what is going on, man? How are you doing? Welcome back to the Power Hour.
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing well. You've got like the best setup of any guest that we have. So we always appreciate that. And I see Jason's popping on too. What's up, Mr. Jason?
What up?
We're having a jam-packed day.
Oh, Matt Walsh came on.
Yep,
Yes.
he's here.
Okay. All right. I got worried that something was wrong, but he's here, Mr. Dogecoin.
Mr. Dogecoin, I like that.
Yeah,
all right. So where are you at with the Doge market?
Yeah.
So right now, Dogecoin is at a place where it still has a ton of room to grow. We see Elon Musk working with the Dogecoin devs behind the scenes. A ton is happening with that. I've been talking with the Dogecoin devs. They're working on integrations, making Dogecoin faster, potentially making the block time different. They may switch over to POS system from POW system right now. So there's a ton of things coming with Doge. The price right now of 50 cents, the market cap of $50 billion. It has a ton of room to continue to grow up way higher than it's been. It's already been to 75 cents before, and it can do that again very easily.
So POS versus POW, for anybody out there who doesn't know, which I'm one of those people who doesn't know, what does that mean? What does that do for us?
So basically, that's just, it's definitely something you should look at more in detail on your own because it's kind of hard to explain it. But basically, It's just a system that the mining and the operations go through. So proof of work versus proof of stake, you're seeing a lot of different cryptocurrencies that are trying to move from proof of work to proof of stake because it basically makes the entire system work better. You don't have to worry as much about higher fees. There's a lot to it, probably more than I can explain right now.
Okay. All right. So we got to do our own research. And let me ask you this: altcoins in general. I mean, the market's been red hot. I mean, is this like a fad? Is this here to stay? Are too many of them becoming red hot and blowing up? Any thoughts there?
So the market cap in total of crypto has gone from around 2.5 trillion to now around 2 trillion. So we have seen a pretty big pullback altogether from that. But the market cap of gold right now is approximately 10 trillion still. And it looks like it's been going and continuing to grow a little bit, even in the last few months, even with cryptocurrency doing so well. So gold has proven that's possible for cryptocurrency to do a very similar thing. Cryptocurrency better in almost every single way than gold. It has the same store value advantages.
Wait, it's not nearly as cool. For
it's way cooler.
having a gold bar.
It's way cooler.
I mean, it is cool. Okay, technologically, it's cool. But I would love to own a gold bar. I don't, but I think that would be neat. Okay.
I mean, I can't. It's hard to argue with that. You can either have a chunk of gold or you can have a Bitcoin. Which one do you want? I don't know. I mean, maybe the chunk of gold, I guess, is a pretty good option. But you can't spend it though. So, but yeah, the point I was making though, just to kind of bring it home, is 2 trillion now 10 trillion. We should be able to see the market cap of cryptocurrency go up by a magnitude of 5 times and then continue going from there, because it's way easier to buy. If you go and look, where can I buy gold? You look online, it's kind of hard to find a good place. You have to worry about this price and that price if someone's ripping you off. Most people are ripping you off when it comes to gold. With crypto, you don't really have to worry about that. The price is going to be the same wherever you buy it, and you can buy it in 10 minutes in your underwear sitting at home, which you can't do very easily with gold. I mean, there are some ways, but just it's not as easy.
Okay. And then altcoins in general. I mean, you do a deep dive. You run a Patreon. We'll talk about that in a second. But you do a deep dive on some of these altcoins. You have a great track record. Are there any that are on your radar right now that we should be aware of?
So there's a few I've been looking at. One of them is Elrond. Elrond right now has one of the best chains in all of cryptocurrency, and I think it has a ton of room to continue to go way higher than it is right now. So definitely Elrond is one I would take a look at.
And what does it do, or how far along in the move are we? Can you give us any more detail about it?
Yeah, so basically it's just has really low fees. It has the ability to integrate a lot of different smart contracts with it. We're going to see Elrond, I think, taking a pretty big share of the smaller market cap cryptocurrencies when it comes to the money going into it.
Okay. Awesome. And look at that. Boom. We have your YouTube channel up there on the screen. Another place to stay in touch. All right. So Elrond, and let me ask you one more question, and we'll let you get back to it. But last question is, last time you were on, you gave us sort of a set of criteria for people looking to do their own research on some of these altcoins. Could you just walk us through a couple of these characteristics? Because there are so many out there. I get a ton of questions of people asking, hey, how do I know what's legit? How do I know what's interesting, what's not? I don't know the right answer to give them. So if you could talk us through that again, that would be really helpful.
Yeah, for sure. So one of the first ones to look at is you can go to coinmarketcap.com. You can see what the current market cap is. How big is it? Is it 1 billion? Is it 10 billion? You can look at that and you can kind of compare that to how many people are talking about it on social media. So go to Twitter, go look at Lunar Crush, which is a great source on Twitter. If you go to Lunar Crush, you can see the top 10 cryptos of the week in terms of how many people are searching for it. And so you can look at that, then you can combine that with its current market cap and start to get an idea of which ones still have room to grow. That's one important thing to do. You can also look at the amount of transactions, the transaction fee, and all of that can be done pretty easily on CoinDesk.
Okay. And let me ask you one more out of the chat favorite. We've been hearing about this one for a while. Cardano, any opinions there?
So I think Cardano definitely has a lot of potential. I think what Charles Hoskinson should do is reach out to the Dogecoin developers and really get some tips on how to make it better. I think he needs just some people with more experience to kind of give him an upper hand there, give him an advantage on what he needs to do moving Cardano forward. It was great to see Charles actually came on and basically talked about how Elon Musk has some of the smartest engineers in the world that are currently working with the Dogecoin devs. So it's great to see Charles talking about some very positive things with Dogecoin there. And I would love to definitely see Charles reach out to the Dogecoin devs and get some help there.
Boom. All right. And can we get one to the moon from you?
Of course.
Wait,
You have a question first?
yeah. Do you use any exchanges like Coinbase, or do you have your own wallet? What do you do?
Yeah, so I use a combination of Coinbase. I use Coinbase not very much. I use mostly Crypto.com. I do have Robinhood. I use Binance US. Those are the three that have the majority of my money in. I also use Kraken. I have Coinbase Pro. So there's a lot of different options. I would say probably the best one for beginners to be looking at is either Webull or Robinhood, just simply because the interface is so easy to use. It's relatively easy to set up. You don't have to worry too much about problems. Then for more advanced trading, you can look at Crypto.com app. You can look at Binance US. Those are two that are a little bit more advanced, give you more staking options, or actually just staking options in general, because you don't get those on Webull and Robinhood.
Yeah, I hear you. Now, I use Voyager too. Have you heard of Voyager?
I have. I do not currently use it, but I have heard a lot of people talking very positively about it.
Yeah, I use it. I like your little lights in the background. It's cool. Yep. Now let's hear it to the moon.
Of course. To the moon.
That was good. You're popular. You got to come on more, man. You're good. You know your shit. And I just followed that Twitter account too, that Lucid, whatever you said, Lunar Crush.
Lunar Crush, yes, definitely. I've been talking to them to what I want them to do is actually make it to where they can have exchanges on there, because they'll show the rankings of crypto, but they won't show it by exchange. I think it'll be easier if people can just look it up by exchange. So yeah, I'm trying to get them to make it even better, but they're already pretty dang good as it is.
Well, if you have any suggestions for us, what we should do or anything like that, tell us too. We have a lot of developers and they need work, so love to hear your feedback.
Yeah, for sure. And I've been enjoying your articles lately. A lot of good stuff.
Yeah, we're trying to improve it. If you know of any good writers or people that you think would be good to write about it, let us know too, and we'll make it worth your while. So thank you, Matthew Wallace, for coming on the Power Hour today, man. You are the man.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Yep. Have a good day, man. Peace
You
out. Bye. Guys, Matthew Wallace, this guy knows crypto, knows Doge. You heard it. You heard it. This guy knows it all. He's been in the space for a while, 200,000 plus followers on Twitter, that's the story. So we got 4 minutes before our next show at 1 o'clock. We don't stop. I know Spencer Israel wants us to stop. I don't believe, it's a good idea to stop. That's just who I am. I just don't believe in stopping. I believe in going. My hair is messed up. I may get a haircut today, boys. So, but I got to say a couple things. We got some stocks moving up in the portfolio. FGF. I think, Steve Delaney, I should go all day. I think I should pontificate. I should go all day. I should do like what Dave Portnoy did, back in the day. Just talk and not always make a trade. But, if your account is up in the last 3 weeks, I want to send you a surprise because that's impressive. I definitely sold down my Tesla, but look at some of the trades that I have up. I told you guys, ST. Let me share my screen. Let me share the Raz screen. Hold on. Hold on. Can you guys hold? Yes, you can. I don't want to get one of those violations, copyright, so I make up my own songs. That's what I do. Because I'm just a little old piece of poo. Well, that was weird. Who is taking my screen over? I need to share my screen. Don't be taking it over. I know Aaron Bree just woke up quick at about noon. Just thought I got to be in Compton soon. Got to get started before the day begins, before my mom starts bitching about my friends. Boom. I don't know the rest of it. Or I can do some Easy E if you'd like. That was Easy, maybe. Okay, here we go, guys. So I need to make it bigger because it's not big enough. All right, here we go. So still not big enough. All right, now it's big enough. So FGF, you guys know I've been buying for a while. I sold a little bit because just trimming stuff down. But here's where we're at. Oh yeah, I spit bars all day. Come on. You want me to give me some Eminem? So about Stan. I mean, I know a lot of music, guys. But hold on. So STKS, we're doing good on that one. I told you guys to buy that hand over fist. We're up 45%. Yep. Internet Enforcers is going to do a daily wrap-up video at the end of the day or have one of the team members. Internet Enforcers is basically the director of growth. Everything you've seen the last 3-4 weeks on the channels, Internet Enforcers has had input on. So he's trying to make stuff happen, and hopefully you'll see more. If anyone else thinks they can make an impact, join the fight, join the crusade to make CNBC look like a small company. And Cal, you're welcome to join Internet Enforcers Crusade as well. Okay, so now let's go. STKS. I'm not selling anymore right now. HAYW. I sold a bunch, not a bunch, but a decent amount because I have 11,000. I had 25,000. TAP Molson, I sold a little bit. Maybe I make the screen smaller and then you can see better. So those FGF, I'm not going to sell more, but I'm going to bring on Kyle Seminara, the chairman of FGF and BTN. As you can see, those are some 2 large positions of mine. You know, U.S. Steel has worked out. API, I've gotten crushed on. TerraSend, that one is worked out. So I'm not going to challenge that misguided. And so Save, these are my other stocks. You start seeing red. GAN, I had 2,000 shares. I made a big profit on GAN. I kept the rest, and I sold like at 30. I mean, I got out of most of the GAN. So, but my Jack, what's that guy's Jack? My metal plays, those are not doing well. I'll just be honest. VISL, but 6 and 60. I'm still on the six crusade. So I don't think we're done. I think we have more trades. I did buy some shares today of 6. I believe I did. Let's see if I bought shares, but they executed. Hold on, home gamers. Yeah, I bought shares of 6. Wait, where is it? Yeah, I bought some shares of 6. So my total cost on 6 is 9,600. So not a big position yet. If it goes below 40, I'll buy some more shares. I'm hoping it goes below 40 tomorrow because I want to buy like at 39. That's what I'm looking for on 6. Okay. STKS has worked out. Yes, I was up nicely on API. I sold a decent amount for profit, and I kept a little bit to be able to pay attention to the move, like when it moves. So I kept, look at it, I only have 6,000. I had 25,000 cost. So I was up a ton, and I kept a little bit to watch it. I need to do better with just getting rid of it all. So now that's it. I'm not going to sell those ones. Thank you. Internet Forces for ripping at me. I love it. All right. So that's what I got with the portfolio stuff. What I am looking for is another trade to put on. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I'm looking for a couple trades. I'm bringing on some big hedge fund managers over the next 2 weeks, some big ones who are very, very, very smart. I'm bringing them on, and they're well-known guys, or not that well-known actually, but guys that just produce profits and produce alpha every year. I'm bringing them on in the next 2 weeks, probably 2 of them this week, and they are gonna help us make some cheese. They know how to trade different markets. One was Brian. You guys know Brian gave me several of these stocks that are up. My guy who used to work for Trian, Nelson Peltz. So we are going to be good. We're going after it in a big way. So you guys got to stay tuned. You got to stay tuned for these next guests coming on that I have coming on. I'm bringing my hedge fund guys on. I'm digging in because I need some stocks. I need 2 stocks. And with having said that, I'm bringing on the guys that I know that produce alpha, time and time again. I just talked to Kathy Wood. We could bring her back on if you want to do that. But before that, I'm also working on a golf trip. So we might do a golf outing. We might start a sign-up genius to see how many people are interested in the golf outing. Okay, but I know we have another show. Aaron Jr., are you available?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Another show?
Yep, we got Get Technical with Neil starting right now.
So we have a show called Get Technical with Neil. As always, if you're an E-Trade account or don't have an E-Trade account, send an email to E-Trade that you want Benzinga news. Put attention Chris, that you want Benzinga news. Then send an email to powerhour@benzinga.com and Aaron Thomas will send you swag. So include your size and location. So again, send attention, Chris, that you want Benzinga News on E-Trade, and you'll open an account there or what have you. Send a screenshot of that to powerhour@benzinga.com with your name and town, address, and size, and Aaron will send you Benzinga swag. All right? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
A thing behind the thing, stock analysis. There's a lot. I will help with golf. Thank you, James. We are going to work this golf. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss anything. Thank you, Happy Muhammad. He's a good man. Internet Enforcers is a good man. Franklin Hills or Oakland Hills. No, I think we're going to be doing another one, but that's a surprise. I can't say where yet at this point. So just need the number. Zinger Nation's all us. We're not one company, Benzinga. We're not a separate company. So that's why I would like, if you chime in with me, I throw you into the conversation with the people that are like fully employed here, because we're all one. There's no like formal process here. And then if some people don't like that, then I don't know. All right. That's just how I do it.
All right.
Love you guys. Appreciate you guys, and I'm grateful for you guys.
Shout out Zinger Nation. Stick around for Get Technical. We're breaking down all the hot stocks with technical analysis.
Aaron, pump it up. We're breaking down all the hot stocks with technical analysis. Show some fucking energy. Let's go.
We're going with Neil. Let's go right now.
Come on.